What's up, design family, and welcome back to another episode of Fit Design TV. On today's episode, we have another quick, smart mock-up tutorial for you guys. So, have you ever been trying to create these amazing 3D mock-ups for your apparel but don't know how? Well, on this episode, I'm going to actually show you step by step how you can turn this mock-up on the right into this mock-up on the left with minimal to no effort. So how are we doing this? Well, first, we're going to be using what we have as Fit Design, which are called our smart mockups. These are expertly crafted 3D digital assets that we made specifically for you guys to allow you to turn your ideas into a digital reality. So first, we'll actually go ahead and download our ladies high-waisted leggings smart mockup. And this is what you get in the file. This is pretty much everything you need to get started. And I'm going to show you how to use these files. First, you'll get two Photoshop files that are fully embedded with smart mockups that allow you to change the design with a click of a button. You'll get your back view and you'll get your front view. Then you get a bunch of placeholder images that show you how these smart mockups are meant to be used. And now I'm going to show you step by step in under 3 minutes actually how to turn your digital design mockup from something that's blank into your finished product. First, we'll open up our front view. What you'll notice is on the right side we have a bunch of different layers. Right? We have our blank template layer, which we don't need. This is just a white colorway that has nothing on it. So we'll turn that off. And we have our different types of waistbands, right? So we have our smart mockups and we have our color blocking layers. So smart mockups are if you want to create your logos. So you want a mockup that has logos, patterns, or any sort of custom all over print design. And if you just want simple color blocking, right? Just simple colors, then you can use the color manipulation layer. I'll show you how to use the color manipulation layer, and you can see in here, we have all of the different parts of our legging ready to go and ready to edit. So if I want to change the waistband, I want to turn it to red, I can just double click on that color and turn it from green to red by just clicking and dragging. Very, very easy. I can also change the inside of the waistband, so I have maximum control over how the legging looks, and I pretty much split everything up. And you can see as I'm changing the colors, I can immediately see the changes on the fly. From there, I'm able to change the bottoms. I can change up to anything I want. Let's go for this beautiful orange bottom. It's a bit of a funky legging, but I'm trying to get my point across here. Lastly, we have full access to these stitches. So these contrast color stitches, we can change them as well. We have full control, and this makes it very easy to get the desired result. Just go into the stitches layer, collapse it, and then double click on our color adjustment and then change the color accordingly. So this is our color blocking, but let's just say we want to add some sort of pattern print. We want to add some logos. We want to make this thing more dynamic. Well, we also have a easy way for you guys to do this. Let's turn off our color blocking layer. So let's ignore our stitches, turn off our color manipulation, and turn on our smart mockup. This is where the magic happens. So collapse your smart mockup. Again, you'll see three key parts to your mockup. You have your waistband, you have your outer waistband, your inner waistband, and you have your legs portion. We'll edit the legs portion first. So we double click on our smart mockup layer. This will take us to a separate PSB file that has a beautiful grid that allows us to align everything. Think of this as your blank canvas. Anything you put in here will actually be projected in real time in 3D on your garment, and everything you have, all the shadows, all the layers, all the 3D effects will actually be implemented beautifully and actually very, very convincingly. So what I'll do here is I will grab my Arctic camo, click and drag into my smart mockup. I will scale it up by holding down Alt all the way up, press the check icon, and then I will save my PSB file. And I'll go back, take a moment as it saves, I'll go back, and voila, I can see my Arctic camo modeled and mapped onto my legging. Now I also have the waistband. This is quite interesting because why we've done this is we allow you to have the maximum amount of flexibility to change each and every single part of your design. So if I wanted to change my waistband to make it a contrast color, then I can do that. But let's just say I also want my waistband to be Arctic camo. So what I'll do is I will double click on the smart mockup for the waistband, go and grab my Arctic camo and click and drag as I did last time, and then scale it up accordingly. Here, bear in mind that my waistband piece is smaller, so I'll have to scale up my Arctic camo to get it proportional to the legs portion. So I'll scale it up, and this should be about right. And again, You might not get it right on the first pass, so you might want to go back and forth a little bit, but I'm pretty sure that I'll have a pretty convincing view of it. And I do. That waistband looks perfect. And then I'll also add the inner layer. So when it comes to the inner layer, I will go and double click on my inner waistband and still click and drag. And then scale up accordingly. This should be enough. Press the check mark and go back to my front view. So you can see immediately, and I forgot to save, but that should be done. Save this. Save the inside, and then go to the front view, and I have everything done. The last part of the process is adding my logos, whether I want to add it on the waistband or I want to add it on the legs. So in the example, I showed you adding the logo onto the waistband, but what if I wanted to add it on the legs, right on the thigh, right here? Well, this is pretty easy. I can go back to my legs portion, and I'll notice on the left side, it'll be mapped onto the left side of my garment. On the right side, it'll be mapped onto the right side. So if I want it on the thigh, I'm going to have to go somewhere around here. I will click and drag my Fit Design logo, and I will position it strategically where I want. Right? Let's just say I want a nice, beautiful logo over here. Press the check mark, and I can save. And then I can double check to see where it is mapped on my 3D mockup. Go back into the front view. So I didn't really quite get it there, but this allows me to fine tune. So go back to my front view and the bottom. Command T to access my Fit Design logo. Move it inwards and move it up. Press the check mark, save, and let that do its thing. And then double check my front view, and voila, I have my Fit Design logo beautifully mapped, and you can see that subtle curvature that is super convincing, that allows you to really showcase how your design is going to look. And this works with all over prints. Anything you have that goes over the edge of the leg will also be cropped. So this is the #1 way that you can create convincing 3D mockups and have full control without having to do anything in 3D and have zero rendering knowledge. So if you guys are interested and you've stuck along this long, as a personal thank you from me, I'm gonna offer you guys 50% off these smart mockups. So make sure to use SMART50 on checkout, and I have the link in the description. So guys, definitely check that out, and I look forward to seeing what amazing designs you create. We have a ton of different designs. We have set in sleeves, performance t-shirts, hoodies, oversized t-shirts, loungewear, a bunch of different templates for each and every single type of collection. So I highly recommend you guys check it out and let me know. DM me on Instagram, FitDesign, FITT design. Let me see what designs you guys have created. If you need my personal feedback, I'm more than happy to provide it. Guys, from the very bottom of my heart, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Fit Design TV. Until next week's episode, stay awesome.